Howdy, howdy, and welcome to my Week 16 NFL Power Rankings. Firstly, we have the Las Vegas Raiders in 32nd. They just lost the Eagles 31-0, and they have no reason to move up. Nextly, the Browns in 31. They just got destroyed by the Bears, and so they have no reason to move up, so they stay at 31. 30 is going to be the Titans. After winning, they lose again, this time to the 49ers, so they stay in 30th. Another loss for the Jets. They lose to the Jaguars. I'm just going to kind of fly through these bottom of the barrel teams. Cardinals also just lost, I believe, to the Seahawks by like 20. Giants just lost to the Commanders, so that's why the Commanders are one spot ahead of them. I believe this rounds out our completely just bottom of the barrel worst teams in the league. So that would be the Commanders, Giants, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Browns, and Raiders. Moving on, we're into the bad teams. So we got the Bengals at 25. They just got shut out by the Ravens. All of these teams here could be any of the teams further up. Chiefs just lost Patrick Mahomes. That's why they're so low. They were beating the Chargers, and then they lost Mahomes. And when they lost Mahomes, they just could not score at all. It was bad, and I imagine it's going to be the same problem here moving on. 23, the Buccaneers are allergic to winning. They just can't win. They beat the Cardinals. Congratulations. But you just lose to the Falcons. That's not a good loss. 23 for the Buccaneers. 22 is the Saints. I originally, in my power rankings, this is going to make me seem really stupid, but I had them at like 17 before I moved them down to 22 because I could not. This was so hard to organize this. So they ended up at 22. I think that's a better spot. 21, the Falcons beat the Buccaneers, and they beat the Saints a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, 21. 20 is the Dolphins. I had the Dolphins at like 25. And then I was like, okay, well they beat this team. Oh, well they beat this team. Oh, well they're just better than that team. So they ended up at 20. They lost this week to the Steelers. That's not a horrible loss. The Steelers are good, but I think 20 is a good spot for the Dolphins. 19 is the Cowboys. They just lost to the Vikings. The Cowboys were, I think, at 17, and the Vikings aren't good. So the Cowboys end up at 19. 18 are the Vikings because they just beat the Cowboys. I believe the Vikings are 6-8. Not good team. Moving on, 17. Oh, this is where I get into the middle of the road, like average teams. So with the Vikings and lower down to the, I believe, uh, the Chiefs. So anywhere from 18 to 24, 25, those are the Bengals. I think those teams are they're not very good. They're just kind of, some of them are average, some of them play good sometimes, but honestly, they're not that good. They can't really compete with the playoff teams. The teams that could compete with the playoff teams are the mid teams, and that's the Panthers. The Panthers exemplify middle of the pack. They just lost to, I believe, the Saints. Um, that's what a mid team does. That's what an okay team does. They win some good games and they lose some bad games. They're at 17. 16 are the Colts. I thought they were a lot worse since they have Philip Rivers, but they put up a decent fight against the Seahawks. So 16 for them. They move up even though they lost. And then the final average team that I just don't quite believe in is the Ravens. They just blew out the Bengals 24-0. That's a good result for them. However, it's not a good win by like certain standards. So they're just kind of average. Moving into the better teams, we've got the Steelers. They're probably going to be first round exits, but they're good. They just beat the Dolphins. Um, yeah, they're leading the division. 13 is the Jaguars. Who did the Jaguars just beat? I think it wasn't close. I forget, but it wasn't close. Just destroyed. Maybe it was the no, it wasn't the Cardinals. I forget, but they won by a lot. 12 is the Chargers. They should have lost, and so that's why I moved them down because without Patrick Mahomes getting injured, they lose that game for sure. 11 is the Lions. Even though they lost the Rams, it's just looking bleak for the Lions. Their hopes are dying. As we speak, they're dying. And so 11, you're just losing hope in them. 10 is the Eagles, a good refresher win. I'm a little biased because the Raiders, that's not a good win. But they did beat the Lions. like a couple weeks ago. So 10 is where they're going to end up. These the Bears are the final, I think, good team. Um, they destroyed the Browns. Congratulations. They also beat the Eagles. That's why they stay ahead of them. And then I believe our first, oh no, we're still in the good teams. We got Texans. The Texans, I don't know what to think about them. They beat the Cardinals. That's right. Um, yeah, just blew them out. Have been looking really great recently. Um, Nothing much better to say about the Texans. The Packers, I would put them in the good team, not necessarily Super Bowl contenders. Um, they lost the Broncos. I don't think the Broncos are super great, but I mean, the Broncos keep winning. You got to respect that. I'm going to start the category Super Bowl contenders right here. Broncos just keep winning, and if you keep winning, you win the Super Bowl. And so that's just kind of how it goes. Broncos at 6. Now, top 5. Patriots just lost to the Bills. So the Patriots are frauds is a legitimate claim now. Yeah, they're not helping themselves out. I still think they're better than 5 probably, I feel, but who knows. 4 is the Bills. They just beat the Patriots. That's a great win. Bills look hopeful. They finally won a game that they were supposed to win. Or is this the team that loses whenever they're not supposed to lose? I forget. It's whatever. The Bills are 4. You can't really do much. Josh Allen's always going to keep you competitive. 3, 49ers looked really good against whoever they played. Titans, I think. Um, yeah, 49ers kind of just move up because the Packers lost, the Patriots lost, so they kind of get the benefit of the doubt. Now, 2 is the Seahawks. The Seahawks have been flying under the radar. They just barely beat the Colts, and because the 49ers beat the Titans, it's like, whatever. Seahawks, you stay in 2. Um, yeah, Seahawks are looking dangerous. They're definitely a Super Bowl contender. And that's 3 NFC West teams in the top 3. We have the Rams at number 1, beating the Lions, who are a good team, just crushing their playoff hopes. It's not over for the Lions yet, but it's not looking good. And so the Rams just, oh man, they're the Super Bowl favorites. I'd have to imagine they look better than everyone else. And I mean, while it's not like a wide margin of how much better they are than everyone else. It's definitely close enough, or it's not close enough to be like, oh, maybe this team could be number 1, or maybe this team. It's like Ohio State, except for Ohio State's a little bit more dominant. Um, yeah, those are my rankings. I tried to keep it a little more concise, but thank you for watching, and just let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you. See ya.